Hello everyone and welcome back to ARL F2. We are here for the third round of the season here at Monza. Well, it was a fast-paced race this one, and it's such a high-speed venue. It is so perfect for F2. Pure, basically DRS slipstream fights down every single straight of the track, and it should be such good fun. It's quite a short tour around the track here, so qualifying will be done before you know it, and we will have updates from the point standings, from last week's results, what to expect from this race coming up on the formation lap. It's LMG taking a very wide approach coming out of Ascari, and he is absolutely flying along. This could be a very important pole position. Spilo took the first pole, Bennett with the second pole, and by a very small margin, FRA LMG takes pole at round 3 with Expilo on the front row. Well, it should be a cracking race immediately, to be honest. Here is a look, and this is probably one of the closer qualifyings we've seen so far in ARL F2, because look at that. You know, the top 6 within about half a second. And that for F2 standards is very good, because there's often quite a big skill gap in qualifying, just as people, you know, hop on for the first time and just, you know, get their first lap in. Pluto got disqualified. That is absolutely massive, and one that I didn't pick up on immediately there, so I'm not actually sure what happened to him. But 14th he will start for this race, and maybe last. It depends if CJ can get back in. He's just accidentally cut the corner, I think, and that puts the championship leader down in P14 for the start of this race. Championship leader, of course, Pluto, who leads by 15 points over Expilo. Matty Mumu is, you know, he's on about half the points of Pluto, back in third place. And Carlin and Hightech separated by 8 points in the team standings. So, yeah, well, this is very close. And Expilo needs to hope Pluto has a slow comeback, because before you know it, he'll be on the back of that leading pack with the correct strategy. Let's get going then for a formation lap, of course. And it's a good time to reflect on strategy and our previous encounters, not only around Monza last season, obviously it was a pivotal moment in ARL F2, but just the season in general, what's upcoming, and yeah, it's probably going to be the best time we've got for it. First of all, let's take a look at the strategy. 15 laps ahead of us. Like I said, it's a very fast-paced race because of the straights. At least it feels like that when you're on track, and it just feels like that from a spectator point of view. Yeah, it just goes by quite quickly, and feels like 15 laps is nothing really. When, you know, you've got like Spain, similar sort of time per lap, and that's about 20 laps long. So let's see then. Strategy is as follows. The top 8 have gone for the soft tyres. Rundle has gone on to the mediums, and Rossi, Thrasher and Pluto have as well. It's good to see CJ did get back in the session. He is not in the correct car because it's put him in an empty car. I think that's MP Motorsport, isn't it? We don't tend to use MP because we stick to the 20 slots available. But yeah, Monza last season, of course, well known, or more forgotten now due to how things have things have played out. But yeah, it was very poor for driving standards, attitude, and everything in between, to be honest. But since then, F2 has been on the up, slowly increasing in attendance, slowly just getting back to enjoying races again. And, well, up until now, the third race of this season, the first two races have been terrific, clean, with purpose of good, clean racing, championship fights. Everyone's just trying to have a good time, and yeah, that's what makes the series quite fascinating. So, let's see then. Hopefully the viewership increases, because it was one of the things that we want to improve upon, and like, I don't know, the exposure's the same, but just the viewership on these days in the week. Let's see if we can have a good race nonetheless, as the 5 red lights come on now. It's lights out, and away we go, runaway in Monza, and a great getaway from Gogglesaw. Look at this, he's already up into P2, and slipstreaming for the race leads. Oh my word, if Gogglesaw could get this done, this could be incredible. As he looks around the outside, he's got the inside line for turn 2. Oh, and that was almost so close to taking the lead of the race. I think we've got a spinner, and Raptor, Aaron Ocon have come together. Meanwhile, we're on board with FRT Deluxe, who make his long-awaited return today. Boca down the inside of Bennett. We know he's been fairly aggressive in the first couple of races, but no, he knows not to take risks on lap 1, and so he just stays behind for the moment. We've got CJ on Thrasher. Has CJ disconnected again? I'm not sure what's going on there. 2 sectors down, we have Matty Mumu making an overtake on Communist MV, and in the slipstream FRT Deluxe as well. It felt like having a little look, but Pluto then already up to P8. So that's a terrific start, and watch for Rundle as well on the medium top. Excuse me, medium tyres too. Who's already made up her. Actually, I don't think he started 9th, didn't he? But Rossi as well, slipstreaming Expelo, who's down to 10th. What on earth happened to him? It's LMG from Goggle and Bennett, but Expelo is behind Pluto. What? Okay, well, that happened, and I'm going to get a bollocking for missing that, but oh well. Look at Rundle then in the slipstream as he goes for a little look. So is Bennett, though, as he's just hit the back of Gogglesaw, and they're all bunching up there into the turn 1 and 2 chicane, often known for its chaos, as Raptor has sped in the pit lane. I wonder if he'll park the car up here. We're on board with Communist, trying to overtake the high-tech further forward. Bennett looking for a move on Gogglesaw. He's using all of the sausage curb. Gogglesaw with a poor exit, and through goes Bennett into P2. That's a great move there, taking advantage of his mistakes, positioning his car so nicely, but Gogglesaw still trying to keep his nose into Lesmo 2, and Boca still touching the back of the HWA. It's a 2.2 second lead for LMG, and behind him all sorts of terrific battling is going on. Communist has left the room there for Deluxe to make a move into Ascari. He keeps leaving the room there, which is great to see. And Deluxe and Pluto makes it 3 wide. Well, and Boca on the exit of Parabolica is now in pole position to take P2. Yeah, not a phrase you hear often, but soon enough, he'll be leading this pack. Look how close this. Matty might want to make it 4 wide. Oh my god, I'm so glad he didn't, because it looks chaotic enough with 2 wide, as proven. Boca off the track. Bennett back up into P2, and it's Matty Mumu up to 3rd place. He was 5th just a moment ago, and look at what's going on back here. This is absolutely unbelievable, as Communist looks for the move on Deluxe. Pluto's in the way, and it'll be Pluto making the move on Communist, and Expelo. Oh my god, there was contact there, I think, with Communist. Even Rossi's in this big crash. Oh my god, who's involved there? I think Expelo, Communist, Rundle. Did Pluto get through unscathed? I think he did. Something's been deployed. Virtual safety car has been deployed after that melee. at turn 5. Let me invite CJ. We're going green again shortly as we start lap 4. 3.3 seconds out in front. LMG leads. A very dominant display, but the battling behind. Oh, look at this. Gogglesaw has DRS in the slipstream from Matty, who has the DRS in the slipstream from Bennett. Oh my days. And Bennett sends one down the inside. Matty's going to try and hold on for P2. LSJ Rundle has spun around at the final corner. Maybe contact with Communist MV. Oh my god, it's 3 wide into Curva Grande with Bennett on the inside. And Boca just now backing out. Will there be a Oh, another huge crash! Oh my god! It's Goggle around after Mr. Boca. Oh, wow. Pluto's up to 5th. May I add. Is that a safety car? Is that a full safety car? It is! We've got a full safety car as well. Oh my god. Well. LMG into the pit lane, unsurprisingly, you can serve your mandatory pit stop, so that is what all these drivers are doing. Pluto, however, has really been screwed, as has Rossi. Communist is put on mediums, Raptor and Rundle, fresh mediums as well. Rundle was already on the mediums beforehand, so Rundle has gone on mediums, gone from mediums to mediums, just for a safety car to be deployed. You can't put on the opposite tyre. Well, that surely is very, very annoying for him. And without a doubt, some words being exchanged with his mind and mouth. It's Pluto leading ahead of GSR Thrasher. And then in third place it's LMG, who will be leading the pack of the fresh medium runners. Yeah, Pluto is going to lose an awful lot of time, and someone will be who will be very, very pleased to hear this is Expilo, because he has the pace to overtake this pack. Pluto will be quite far down the order, potentially. So, you know, we had Expilo with a poor start. We had Expilo being involved in the crash. But he still may take more points away from Pluto, who is currently leading the race. Hugely critical that he makes up places. Rossi has gone onto the soft tyres. Nope, they're mediums. Ah, so he's gone on to softs to go back onto the medium tyres. And you know what? That wouldn't have been a bad shout for Pluto and Thrasher. However, Pluto might just be backing himself up with track position just in case gets involved in a collision if he was further back in the pack. But yeah, it was an option. Rossi has done that to my ignorance, and well, hopefully he can catch up, because for the sake of his race, that could be a very important decision. I don't think we're in yet at all, so we're gonna have another lap, touring Monza behind the safety car. No overtaking, no more pit stops really. It's a bit too late now maybe for Pluto and Thrasher to reconsider. So is the risk though? Thrasher's going in, and Thrasher has himself into the pit lane, surely for softs, and then back onto mediums. Oh, yeah, they are soft tyres. I doubt they'll go half the race from here. Oh, Mr. Boker, is that a half spin or something? CJ's letting him through, and I hope this won't start a train of having to let each other through. FRT Deluxe has a 5-second time penalty. Aaron Ocon has a 3-second time penalty. So other than that, for penalties, it's looking very positive. And the racing will resume until the flag. Remember, Pluto won't give it up easily, despite the fact it's on 6-lap-old mediums at this stage. Yeah, well, he won't want to let LMG, Matty, Bennett by easily. Who are main competitors for podiums and sometimes race victories as well. Expilo in 9th place, so close to reverse pole, so close in terms of penalties, and the drivers on track to getting some big points. We are going in at the end of this lap. Rossi did make it to the safety car queue. Thrasher's about 10 seconds behind, and Raptor another 8. But this bunch will be slowing down. Deluxe has a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Bennett, and LMG has a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Pluto. So he'll be looking to get that appealed if he's not to pull 5 seconds, but Pluto is gone. Done many safety car restarts in his time as a league racer, and this one was timed to perfection. The safety car is in, and we are green as Matty now looks to take the net race lead. And what a moment this could be for Matty Mumu as he pulls to the left hand side. He's committed to the outside, and can the high tech get past the dams? No, he just backs off after all of that. Expilo, will he get past CJ at the first time of asking? No, he won't, but there's another opportunity still to come. Deluxe has got a poor exit, separating the field by about 2 seconds here, as Aaron Ocon to the inside of Curva Grande. It will turn to the outside for the De La Rocha chicane, and Mr. Boker there changed direction, but there's no one behind him, so that was perfectly fine, as Aaron Ocon this time with a poor exit going onto the gravel, and Mr. Boker capitalises. Aaron Ocon again having another look, still entitled to fight as much as he likes. Gogglesaw in 9th place at the moment. Expilo, however, up to 7th if he can complete this move on Aaron Ocon. He's still there on his right, but he's now fully ahead and has the position sealed. Next up is Mr. Boker. Question of how quickly. Oh, never mind, he's around, and he is off into the barrier. He's spun around at Ascari. He's still going in this race due to the reduced damage. But look at that, a sea of cars swarming past him. And big damage. His race has wrapped us around as well. Wow, this is extremely chaotic as LMG looking to take the lead from Pluto. If he doesn't do it immediately, he's going to start getting backed up maybe into Matty, Bennett. It's McLaren ARL top 4 here. Communist on Boca as we watch him now onto the grass and having to cut the chicane. No penalty given, luckily. Game does tend to be extremely harsh and stupid is the better word. Deluxe with a poor exit, and this will be absolute ease for Expilo. It does squeeze him to the right hand side though of the track, trying to force him the long way round, but soon enough, there we go. It's fully in front. And again, LMG in the slipstream. Will he take the risk and go for it at Parabolica? He's taking all of the slipstream as Pluto defends to the inside in the Carlin. LMG's going to commit himself round the outside here to make a switchback at Parabolica. Does mean he's got a nice run. DRS enabled on this lap, of course. Here comes LMG to the outside. Matty Mumu has the slipstream now on both of them and is trying to capitalise himself. LMG not yet through. Matty Mumu's now looking for a switchback. There was a bit of contact between the two net first and second place drivers. And, well, LMG's not having an easy time overtaking Pluto so far, and with the pressure behind from Matty, and with the nature of Monza, and how leadership gives you obviously no slipstream and DRS, and Matty Mumu having the advantage from both of them in front, he could well surprise us and take the race lead. I'm not saying that as he's never done that before. I'm not saying that like he's a bad driver. It's just LMG is quite a name in these cars. Just go on to time trial. I know the leaderboards are broken, but second place finisher, of course, last week. Matty Mumu. He's actually closer to LMG than LMG is to Pluto. P4 in the sprint it was for Matty, and a high-tech 1-2 in which Matty finished second. Goglesaurus ahead of Aaron Ocon. That battle, I think, is swiftly ending. But now, LMG has the DRS. It's wide open. Bennett with the fastest lap as he closes on this battle as well. Here comes Pluto. Matty Mumu doing about 206 miles an hour down the straight. And Pluto brakes late. Whoa, it's quite some defending there as he just positions his car so he can't overtake. This is remarkable stuff as Matty Mumu hit like 206 miles an hour there. So, incredible speeds occurring here. LMG will surely be getting desperate to make a move with Pluto now on those medium tyres for 10 laps. He's done so well to keep the lead, in all fairness. He did so well there with the first main straight where he's had the DRS to contend with behind. Again, another DRS straight. This one not as long, but the speeds you reach down the hill are still quite enough for an overtake. Look at LMG there, using far more curb, utilising his grip. And Pluto just touching the grass. LMG will sit behind and wait for the DRS. But Matty, as a result, can close a little bit on both of them who were just negotiating the corner. Ooh, Matty just having to lift off there. But LMG, oh my god, he almost took his tyre off. Oh, that was so close. Expilo's up to 4th. Matty Mumu going for the race lead. Can Matty get it done around the outside? No. It's just not going to be his corner. But again, another opportunity for a switchback. But LMG, I'm sure he's had that tried many times on him. And, well, yeah, he fended the corner so well. Parked it on the apex. Bennett with a time penalty. Oh, that's massive for the race. As Bennett is still in a great position to go after the lead. I'm sure LMG's penalty will be removed, no doubt about it. Bennett is not as easy unless he has stonewall evidence of being pushed wide, losing time, etc. Plus a race director is needed. Here comes Matti Mumu again, and this could be a special move if he was to get it done, but the smart guy that he is stays behind and waits for the next DRS straight, of course, which is far more effective for making overtakes. Oh my god, Expelo's off! And if this race couldn't get any more crazy, Expelo has just put it into a wall on the exit of Ascari, and Gogglesaw gets through. This was a huge opportunity to capitalise in the championship. Pluto is probably only going to get P11. Who's that going wide? That's CJ Pants. A load of gravel on his tyres as Communist watches from behind. Expelo is through on Gogglesaw again, so it's gone really from 4th to 5th in that with no damage to the front wing. Oh, Matty's through on the exit of turn 2, and Bennett's coming through now as well. LMG has lost the lead and might even lose second as it stands. Bennett's really struggling for grip. Front tyres not being so responsive anymore. They have done about 7 laps on these tyres now, and they should very easily get to the end, but grip can deplete quite quickly if you're not careful. And Pluto is up into P11 after a small tangle with Raptor. Rundle 13th, Rossi 14th, and Thrasher 15th after a disaster in which the three have had to pit again on the penultimate lap of the feature race. And LMG has a half a second deficit to Matti Mumu, who is just going to stay in front here. And, well, what's important is that he now gets to the finish line first on track. Because LMG, he can peel that penalty, but he'll still only finish second if it's successful. He actually needs to get the win here on track. Communist ahead of CJ Pants in the battle for 2 points here. And maybe one for 25, but the 1 for 2 points is still significant if you pride yourselves in getting those lower positions, improving yourself. So it's a great motive, but LMG again sticks behind the high tech, and it'll have one more, maybe 2 opportunities. The scarring more of a risk, of course. Here we go then, for one final time around Monza in this feature race. And the DRS is open, and the slipstream as well, as LMG pulls to the outside, and this could be the race win again. But Matty, perhaps a little bit of frustration now. Needs to time himself, needs to be close, going onto the back straight, so he can commit to a fair move at Ascari, because that is where the business can be done. Just got to be careful. Both of them fairly equal through the chicane. Matty as the following driver may have just been a bit more cautious as LMG tries to open up the gap, prevent any possible overtake. And here we go then, Matty, small correction, and with a half a second gap, it is going to be extremely difficult for him to make a move here. And that might have been his final last chance. But to be fair to LMG, it's all kicked off behind him. He had Pluto to try and overtake. He's had Matty and Bennett at times to contend with. It has been such an excellent race. And to come out on top must be a great feeling. As LMG rounds the final corner and finally gets another F2 win. Magnificent job by LMG. Ignore that penalty because I can assure you that that should be overturned. So, yeah. But well done to LMG. His last win came back. The sprint race at Britain, which I think might have been his last race before rejoining for this season. Rundle's actually crashed. But Deluxe will start on reverse pole. Communist 9th, CJ 10th there, rounding off the points. But beyond the podium, we have Expelo, Goggle, Boca and Aaron Ocon. Another good points finish for Aaron Ocon. He's really been consistent with points finishes. So, fair play. But Deluxe will boast pole position for the sprint race. Well, that was good. TJ Pants given the game's driver of the day, considering he accidentally clicked spectate. He had to get back in the session during qualifying. I was quite desperate, but he was in. Aaron Ocon and Deluxe will have the front row for the sprint race. And you know what that means. It's probably going to be very good. The champagne celebration on the famous Monza podium, which in real life would be socially distanced and masked up, but there are fans under there, virtual. They need a bit more atmosphere for Monza in the F1 game. Just me, it just doesn't feel right. You know, you should be able to go there in career mode with a Ferrari and just be cheered for breathing, you know. 25 minutes that was, and 25 points for LMG. Trust me, that will be removed. And just confirmation the rest of the results. Anyway, there shouldn't be too many changes, but some people may feel like some penalties should be issued for some of the driving in the earlier parts of the race. Sprint race to come, don't you worry, we are not finished. Rain! Oh wow, I was just having a drink. It's not heavy, but it will still be enough for wet tyres. Please excuse me if I getting things wrong. A 2-hour chemistry exam is never too great, is it? Matty Mumu, of course, disappointed, but as always, very humble about it. FRT Deluxe will lead us away. Everyone on the wet tyres, and good evening to Sam Cole. You're like the only person that ever speaks in the chat, so This is a really lonely process. When people watch it back, it makes me feel better about it. So, thanks to the drivers who are insanely cooperative with F2, of course. Same with our coordinators, two of which race and put together the second season for us, which is, of course, massively appreciated. So, if you are watching this, Goggle and Expelo later on, thank you. Hello, Sam. I have someone to talk to on the formation lap. Oh, we're loners. Anyway. Wasn't actually informed about any rain in the sprint race, so it's a bit of a surprise to me in general, so let's see. Aaron Ocon may well take the lead. Pad start in the wet. I'm good, Sam. Hope you are. Hope you're good as well. So after that, Expelo's P4 finish. Remember, P4. Puts Expelo 3 points behind in the championship. And that may well mean he takes the lead of the championship after this sprint race. Based on the starting positions, Pluto has to recover from 11th. Because of the unlucky strategy, let's say. It wasn't his fault. He went for the gamble. He went for the reverse strategy that always has the risk of being ruined by a safety car, and that happened, and that is just unlucky, you know. No other word for it. Boca in third, Goggle in fourth then, on the grid as we're about to get underway. I don't know what happened there, but the 5 red lights are on, and we are underway for the sprint race as FRT Deluxe will not get to the first corner in the lead because through the middle comes Boca and Aaron Ocon on the inside. Boca, second place at the moment. Deluxe is off. Boca's off. Oh, it's chaos as Deluxe picks up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting and might well be an illegal overtake. But after all of that, he holds the lead as that Bennett onto the grass could have well resulted in a spin if this game was even in the slightest realistic. And Boca will take the lead with Deluxe still hanging it on the inside. He's going far too aggressive into these corners. And far too aggressive on the exit there as well. Trying to get the power down too early. It's absolutely chaos. Pluto is up to 6th place. Well, Expelo is fighting for the race lead. LMG ahead of Bennett. Look at this fight though. Oh. Deluxe has got past Expelo again, and the three of them bunch up into Ascari. We saw spins here in the dry. There is no doubt we will see some later on in the wet, but the first lap is generally very cautious as Aaron Ocon has dropped from 2nd to 9th on this first lap of the sprint race. Rundle's up to 10th. It is absolute mayhem in the spray under the showers. Is just nudging through there. Mr. Boca sets the fastest lap of the race as he leads the first lap. And Alex Philo make a move. Deluxe has made some very aggressive approaches to the chicanes, especially on the first lap. There's contact there. Very unorthodox contact, which with certainly no intention to half spin each other around like that. I think we had Rundle off Yeah, that's right. I think we did. And Pluto is fighting Expelo out of nowhere. We have a battle between the two championship leaders. Oh, there was contact between the two of them, but Pluto just about hangs on. The rivals going at it suddenly. Got a yellow flag again. I think this time it's for GSR Thrasher, as Bennett is ahead of Deluxe, who's dropped from 2nd to 6th on this lap alone. One mistake, one bit of contact can send you right down the order within a lap. It is that important that you avoid these things. And Deluxe still fighting around the outside, as Thrasher, I think, has gone off again. Just onto green flags, however, so the racing resumes. Mr. Boca with another fastest lap, 1.3 seconds, and Boca does go very well in the wet. So his previous experience will aid him for sure. Communist defending there. Oh, and off goes Rossi, is that? Or Raptor? It's Raptor. And he's got to slow down and might want to just charge through the bollards here. If he gets a penalty for that, that's very unfair. He didn't, as he still emerges behind them with nothing really lost as a result. Bugglesaw just pushing Communist. Bit of a bump draft. Car's width is left on the inside. Small cut there from Communist, but keeps the position nonetheless. Thrasher has sadly retired in both races in the pit lane, so just not going so well for him today. But here comes Pluto on Expelo at Ascari. Down the inside he goes, and surely not. He's still going to fight it. Keeps his nose in, and impressively they come out unscathed. It's Deluxe on Bennett. He's still giving it a good fight. He was 6th a moment ago. Let's go back to Pluto then, as we start lap 4 of 11, as LMG now sets the fastest lap in what could be one of the greatest three-way battles we've ever had in the history of ARL. Whether it be F2, F1, this could be incredible for the next 7 or so laps. Well done to Pluto there for getting it done, and for Expelo for allowing him the space, but doing that, he has conceded P3 now to LMG. Let's see what's going on further back, as Rossi on Gogglesaw. Oh, there's contact between the two of them. Oh, Communist drifting off there. The gravel not helping with his run back onto the track. We have HWA, High Tech, ART. There's a good run from Matty. Oh, and both of them there being tangled up in that, and through comes Communist again. Felt like he lost a lot of time. He's already back up into P9, not a points paying position, of course. Oh, Communist, yeah, far too overconfident there in making Ascari work. But it's a new lap, as Boca leads by 2.2 seconds. It's gone ever so well in this race so far, but you just got to keep confident. LMG had right to go for a move there, but just sticks behind. Rossi becomes a second retirement from this race. Might have got some damage. LMG through on Pluto. And it seems these moves have been happening out of turn 2. Power of the switchback And grip there. I think it's stopped raining. I can't tell, but I think it has. And we may see a switch to slick tyres soon to make this day of F2 racing even more outstanding. Matty Moo on Communist. Just forced out wide there to the curb. No wrongdoings. And Pluto. Oh, they're both around. No, what has happened? Pluto's the only one that got through there. And it was Expilo and LMG that have gone tumbling to 4th and 5th place. A significant distance behind Pluto. And as it stands, Pluto, well, it's 12 points. Yeah, the championship gap will return. They're going for slicks. They're going for slicks already. And have Boca and Pluto's Jeffs maybe not called them in? Bennett has. The Carlin that was behind pits first. Medium tyres going on. These F2 cars. Oh, Deluxe has crashed out. Or he's retired in the pit lane. No, he's retired in the pit lane while changing for medium tyres. Oh, what? Okay. That's bizarre, but I think the track is drying and Raptor, you know, he may be in 3rd, but is he on the wrong compound? Boca may be in the lead, but how much time will he lose? How much time will he gain by staying out this extra lap? The track does certainly look a lot drier. There's still a little bit of spray. It might just be time. The slicks. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that is where Deluxe has exited the pit lane. So if we get Boca in, see if we can get, if we get, that's what I meant, but should be pitting. Someone's around. What's it? LMG seems to be going slow through there. Just as the green flags have passed. Pluto's in. Boca stays out. Is he going for it? Is he going for the huge lead approach? Those tyres will burn out and become basically useless very quickly. But I'm so shocked that Boca is not pit, nor is Rundle or Raptor. Maybe they're still not feeling any better of these conditions. But Pluto has got no competition behind from Bennett. I think they've done the right thing. Pluto has actually built a gap bigger than it was before. What was it, 3 seconds? I am shocked though that staying out an extra lap may have worked. However, it's Pluto now has to try and capitalise because they seem to be the greater tyre, and CJ went on to more wets by mistake. And I think we might see him retire very shortly because oh, Gogglesaw on LMG. LMG's having a tough time, I tell you that. And I think I know why. Is he on pad? That was my question to myself a lap or two ago. Just looking at the wheel movements. It feels like he's on pad, maybe for the sake of the rain, and he can't really take the risk of switching back. I don't know. But Boca, what? He's still out there. Quite shocking, really, as Raptor comes into the pit lane. I haven't actually seen the DRS enabled yet, and Rundle stays out. I don't know what to say. Let's put the leader gap on because it will be quite important. Yeah, Pluto is 42 seconds behind Boca. I think that's accurate as well. Pluto has just crossed the line. Raptor's gone onto the softs. Oh my god, Raptor could be in a great position. Raptor is going to be, what, 6th? There comes Expelo. LMG and Gogglesort. There's still no DRS. This is perhaps one of the craziest, like, sagas I've had with changeable conditions. What is actually quicker? Gogglesort and LMG providing the only real on-track action. I think Boca and Rundle have nailed it. And unless the track conditions change in the matter of seconds, they've nailed it. And I'm struggling to believe that. Raptor is 6th place and just one and a... DRS is enabled. So, Boca and Rundle can pit and still emerge in the lead. However, Boca has crossed the line already and therefore can't make a pit stop now. He might as well stay out. He really might as well stay out at this point, as LMG and Gogglesort are again swapping positions. This is for 1 and 2 points in this race. Places where they probably wouldn't have wanted to be fighting. Raptor is ahead of Expelo and alongside again into Parabolica. Raptor is in front of Expelo, but back around the outside. And Raptor just couldn't get on the throttle. Oh my god, he's run so wide. You don't want to be out there for too long. Yeah, Rundle stayed out. Oh, this is extraordinary. This is so exciting because it just could take a second and their tyres will be useless. And Pluto is starting to gain 40 seconds to catch in 3 laps. Yeah, I doubt it too. But he is now the fastest man on track, surely. Boca's in. Boca is into the pit lane for soft tyres. And he's going to have 2 laps on those softs. He's going to be absolutely fine in terms of pressure from behind. In all fairness to Boca, he hasn't listened to what everyone else is doing. Apologies. My battery's died and we've gone wired. So, yeah. Can Boca close 8 seconds in 2 laps, softs against wets? Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be saying that, but here we are. It is possible that he can. It might well be close. Matty Mubu with the fastest lap. He's down in 10th place. However, he does still get 2 points for that, doesn't he? Because, yeah, he's inside the top 10. It doesn't matter where the points finishes are. Still top 10. So, yeah. Rundle's got huge damage on his left-hand side. I say huge. That's a lot for reduced damage, by the way. We rarely ever see that much. So surely this is Boca's race. Pluto chasing as well. LMG on Raptor. Poor Raptor was after 5th. He's now down to 7th. However, 2 points would still be pretty good for him. Fastest lap for Pluto. We've got someone off. It's CJ Pants. Here we go then, for one final time. Oh, Boca! Oh, that's huge. Oh, he's lost a little bit of time there. Pluto's closing in as well. Oh, this is going to be super, super tasty. So what about the DRS as well? It'll be a huge aid in securing this. 1.2 seconds, 1 second. It'll be in there by the time they get into Lesmo 1. And the DRS is going to come soon enough. Rundle's defending for his life. And soon enough, Pluto will get here as well. Look at the traction difference. It is unmatched. And Boca takes the lead on the final lap in a race. A good timing in a race that from the outset looked like it was going to be soaking wet throughout, that turned into tyre mayhem, that turned into genius for Mr. Boca, who has timed everything he has done today to perfection. A perfect race for him. He wins the Monza sprint race. Oh, that was super entertaining. That was super, super entertaining. Rundle still gets a podium. He would have got second, maybe, if he had just pit. But, you know what? I think he might have got third either way. It's third either way. Because of Pluto's proximity. Yeah. Wow. That was mad. Bennett fourth. Expilo fifth. And as a result, loses some points that he gained in the feature race. That was so weird. That was unbelievably weird. And I'm so looking forward to maybe watching this one back later. Driver of the day goes to Rundle. And like... oh, my headset's falling off. Before I was rudely interrupted. Fuck's sake. The second podium ceremony as Boca lifts it, and surely some inner jubilation. Might have felt like a while since been able to enjoy a victory. Takes one in F2 today. They all count the same, don't worry. Here are the sprint race results as Boca takes 15 points. But Pluto, 14 there. What did he get 14 for? LMG had the... No, he didn't. Pluto did have the fastest lap. Okay, well, that just doesn't show properly. Yeah, I'm going to end this shortly because my wire keeps coming out and it's not even fit for this controller. So, yeah, here are the results. Just scan through them for the audience and for the process of publishing the results later on. I hope everyone's had a great day and I hope everyone continues to have a good day. It's been a pleasure. It's been ARL F2 round 3 here at Monza. Next week we are Belgium bound, and that should be great fun. Yeah, why don't you join us? See there, I missed Belgium last season, so it'll be good to be back there. A bit different for me, but yeah, hope everyone's having a great day, and goodbye.